Welcome to your weekly news report. You know me, I'm B-Dub. Got a lot to get to today, so I definitely want to get started. I'm going to kick things off with streaming services. Looks like Netflix has increased their prices. This is going to be the second time in 2 years. So to go over the pricing, we got $8.99 a month for the standard Netflix, and that's with ads. That's up $1. You got $19.99 for the standard ad-free. That's up $2. You got $29.99 for the premium. That gets you 4K, and that's up $2. So with me, just want to be mindful of that. I do get a discount with my cell phone carrier. So T-Mobile takes like $8 off of my, I have the family plan or the standard plan. And it is what it is. You know, Netflix is one of those ones where I think they got a pretty good lock on their customer base. Most people just kind of set it and forget it. But hopefully these prices won't keep, well, it's going to continue to decline, but we'll just see how much the consumers are willing to endure. With that being said, we're talking streaming services, YouTube Premium. It hurts my heart. I'm a YouTube Premium subscriber, and they also up their charge. We got YouTube Premium. The individual plan now is $15.99. That's up $2 from $13.99. You got your family plan, which I use. It's $26.99 now, and that's up from $22.99. So that's going to be a $2 increase. Even the student plan used to cost $7.99. That's going to cost you $8.99. And YouTube Premium Lite, I don't really have that one or deal with that one, but that one's $8.99 if I'm not mistaken. So YouTube Premium, this is their first price hike that I'm aware of. I do like YouTube Premium. I find it a great value. You know, even with the family plan, I want to say you get up to 5 or 6 users. Might be 6. But don't quote me on the many users, but I know it's at least 5. So my whole family can get, you know, benefits with that. I do like how they have the YouTube music. So for me, it was a good value in that. It hurts my heart though. I hope YouTube Premium stays where they're at. It was a great value at $26.99 for the family plan. I'm going to keep it for now, but I hope they stay put for another 3 or 4 years. That would be fantastic. YouTube Premium. With that being said, to carry on the theme of streaming service, ESPN, they have acquired NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. So now you can get that included in the package. I do the Hulu, ESPN Unlimited, and the Disney Plus. That costs me $35.99 a month. If you get with the addition of the NFL Red Zone and the network and NFL Plus, so they're calling that NFL Premium, that's going to start off at $45.99 with said bundle, which includes Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, and then they're adding on NFL Plus Premium. I don't know. I probably won't be partaking in the NFL Plus Premium, but I like to take a different perspective. I think Disney has a pretty good hold on the sports, the sports genre. Their stock, I don't know why. I used to have Disney stock, but I sold it. I thought it should increase or do or perform better. Disney has been losing subscribers if you look it up. But to me, I mean, they got a pretty good grip on the NBA. They got a good grip on the NFL. Just sports in general. They're a force to be reckoned with, college sports. So I might take another look at their stock, just since they're becoming this big behemoth in the sports industry for those that like sports. So I just want to put that in the vid to keep an eye out for their stock. I don't know if it's the parks that are bringing their values down, but as far as the sports streaming segment, I think Disney is they're putting a gorilla grip on it. So we'll definitely be mindful of that and monitor it. But with that being said, a lot of consumers are that's actually a great segue. They're getting frustrated with, sporting events being behind paywalls. I must say that I agree. If you look at the common trends, or the recent trends, I should say, Netflix, they're getting into sporting games. So, hey, that's probably explains. That's the bad thing about sports. Every time sports gets involved, it always comes with annual increases to that platform. So I have an antenna. So I do like that. I catch a majority of the games. I won't say the majority, but those that are on CBS, NBC, and ABC, I catch those just over the air. So I do have ESPN through Hulu or Disney Plus. But if I didn't have that, I still would be able to catch some sports games. So just want to add some commentary on folks fed up with with the paywalls, and then we'll go from there.
Crying foul as more games head to streaming services, with the Fox News poll revealing 72% of fans think major sporting events should remain free on broadcast television. And as the NFL reportedly considers allowing teams to sell the rights to preseason games to streaming services, the FCC has a warning. An increase in streaming could collapse the league's antitrust exemption. FCC chairman.
At some point, folks are just going to have to make a decision you're just going to have to make some compromises. How about that? You're just going to have to make some compromises on what sports, or just do without maybe watching the game. It's tough, but because I'm a sports fan, but I can't just be holding on. Or you have to be comfortable with grabbing a streaming service and then just letting them go,
Carr joining us right now. Mr. Chairman, thank you for joining us.
These increases are not going to stop. The numbers are getting crazy. Every time they broker a new deal with the televisions, it just keeps going up and up. They're going to keep squeezing and squeezing.
A lot of Americans and sports fans, including me, are so frustrated by the fact that if we want to go and find games, we have to go on these multiple streaming services. Just so our viewers see here, you've got
I have to always look on my Yahoo Sports app just to see, and this is probably you all as well, just to see who's carrying the game. I'm like, okay, I'm grabbing my phone. I'm like, okay, this one's on Amazon. Okay, this one's on Netflix. And then I just kind of gauge it from there. It's crazy.
Video where I've got to watch on Thursday to get the Thursday game. ESPN has the Monday. Netflix had all the Christmas ones. The Red Zone, which we all love.
It used to be pretty clear, on Sunday, you'll get the games on CBS, NBC, and you always knew, hey, Monday Night Football. Well, not always. Monday Night Football wasn't always on ESPN, but it's been for a while. You would always know Monday, okay, this is going to be on ESPN.
That's every touchdown. Now, $15 a month. Add it all up, Chairman, and you're looking at nearly $25.
Look at those prices across the board. You got $30 for ESPN, $9 a month for Netflix. That must be the individual, just your own. Anybody who has the upgraded service, where you have more than one user on it. You're paying more than $9 for Netflix, basically what I'm trying to say. NFL Plus, that's $15 a month. I definitely never engaged in that. Paramount Plus, I do have through other. It's a way to get creative with these, though. We gotta definitely touch base on Paramount Plus. I know they just acquired. Well, you all know they just acquired HBO, and with that came a lot of IP. It came with BET. If you look at BET Plus now, I don't want to get off the rails here, but I gotta throw this out. If you look at BET Plus now, they have all that catalog, all the Tyler Perry stuff, and it says Paramount Plus on the top of it. So when Divorced Sisters comes back, it's got the trailer. It has Paramount Plus as a parent company now.
$100 a year that you would have to shell out to have a near half dozen or more apps.
Peacock, you can get creative. That's $11 a month. But if you bundle it with Apple TV, it's $14 for the two. So that's what I do to take advantage of the Peacock content and the Apple content, for the minimalist price possible.
To watch the game.
And look at YouTube TV hanging out over there. $83 a month now. I used to have YouTube TV. When I had YouTube TV, it was probably, everything started off. Hulu kicked everything off, which was sweet, for $40. Now Hulu TV is, I think it's like $90. So it's even more than YouTube TV. YouTube TV is very popular because they can do the multi-screens, which is pretty sweet. But when I had it, it was probably $50 because I left Hulu to get with YouTube. It's probably $50 or $65. But it's going to keep climbing and climbing and climbing until, to what end is what I'm curious.
How are you responding to this?
Look, Americans are out there every day. They're working hard. And one of the things that we love to do is get home, take Sunday, turn on the TV, very quickly find the big game you want to watch, either for free over the air or as part of your basic cable. And that experience has become frustrating over the last several years. It's more complex. It's more costly. You effectively have to have a computer science degree to decipher this. As you noted, people have to sign up for Netflix and Hulu and YouTube and Google.
You got to get creative if you want to save a dime or two.
It's very, very difficult these days. But historically, broadcast TV and sports leagues have had a great and mutually beneficial relationship.
And with broadcast TV, even getting the antenna, that's one thing I never really understood. If you can put internet or a modem in these new TVs, these brand new 75-inch TVs, why can't you put a built-in antenna in it to where we can get over-the-air television just out the box? Why do I have to buy an additional antenna, a rabbit ear, or I'm not putting anything on my roof? That's not going to happen. Just to get over-the-air television. It's insane.
It's allowed these leagues to grow and expand. It also helps support local news and reporting when people tune in to watch those programs. It helps make sure that you have great local news and reporting. And we're at a point now where I think some of these leagues are at a tipping point.
And they're on the cusp of, definitely been reading up on, they're trying to get rid of over-the-air television. I keep hearing them changing like the frequencies and all that good stuff. Hopefully, luckily that hasn't affected me or anybody or anyone as of yet, but they're working on it. It's holy smokes.
Push this issue so far that they start to lose their antitrust exemption. Because remember, we're all for sports leagues getting fair market value for their product, but right now they're benefiting from a very unique antitrust exemption to pool their bargaining together. But that exemption only applies under the statute to things called sponsored telecasts. So again, we're at a tip.
At some point, we just got to walk away, band together and walk away. That'll drive advertising dollars down, viewership down. But we'll see. Most of us will never come together.
Where these leagues can push it so far, putting games behind paywalls, that they undermine their ability to claim that antitrust exemption.
Exactly.
It's getting to the point where on Thanksgiving, you got to have Netflix or something like that. And that's an atrocity.
And in that exemption you cite, the 1961 Sports Broadcasting Act, is what the NFL still benefits from. So you're saying regulators are questioning whether the NFL still merits that collective bargaining exemption when it's on these apps. It's forcing fans like myself and millions of others to have to go pay for a streaming service just to watch one specific group of games.
Yeah, I think they're close to pushing this past the tipping point. And again, it can ultimately raise prices for consumers if these leagues are demanding exorbitant rates in excess of market value because they're benefiting from that antitrust exemption. Across the board, President Trump is working hard to drive down prices for consumers. We're seeing it at the FCC. For instance, cell phone prices are down 6%.
Hey, got to give credit where credit is due. If the administration, look at Sunday Ticket hanging out over there. I know folks who, mostly Dallas Cowboy fans, they have Sunday Ticket because they want to watch every game, but I've never purchased Sunday Ticket. I just can't. I can't justify it. I can't even justify the NFL Red Zone. The whole concept where every time a team is about to get a touchdown or in the red zone, it pops up. I'm good on that. Thank you. I'll check out the highlights.
Down 8% off of Biden era highs. Internet as a general matter is down between 6.
Oh, from what I was saying though, that's good. Gotta give credit where credit is due. If the administration is willing to jump in and try to help on this, kudos to them. Kudos to them.
8%. And this is just another issue where people feel like they're paying too much out of pocket. They're signing up for these bespoke services. They're trying to remember to cancel it in 30 days before they're on the hook. But this has worked really well over the years. Sports and broad.
That's the motto. A lot of people have subscriptions they're paying and they don't even realize, not me. A lot of people have prescriptions they're paying. They don't even realize they're paying. And, you got to keep up with that stuff. You can't just keep getting a recurring bill and not knowing where that money's going. You got to get a little more organized.
TV to the benefit of the American consumer, but it's gotten too costly, too complex, and they can push this too far.
And Mr. Chairman, bottom line, what possible actions could the FCC be looking at taking?
Well, we have a proceeding ongoing at the FCC right now. The comment cycle just closed. We actually got thousands and thousands of comments. It was a big number for the FCC. We're reviewing that right now. The vast majority so far, based on an initial assessment, support keeping a significant portion of these sports games on free over-the-air broadcast TV. So we'll be looking at it.
That has to happen. I think if that ever was to not be a thing, keeping it over the air, I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away.
Be actions at other portions of the government and Congress as well if these sports leagues continue to push this issue.
FCC Chairman.
A lot of folks argue that, watching sports might not be the best utilization of our time, but I do like watching sports. I mean, yeah, everyone can be doing something else a little more productive, but it's a good release, a good relaxation. So I'm willing to walk away, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. I think the older I get, the more sports I watch. So I wonder what's up with that.
Carr, thank you for your insight. Please come back and keep us posted, because I can tell you a lot of sports fans are watching this very closely because, as you said, they come home on Sunday and sometimes they just want to turn on and watch a game and they cannot find it. They've got to pay big bucks to get it on an app. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Steve.
So good reporting on that. We'll monitor the situation. Definitely getting squeezed from every angle, but we're going to hang in there and figure out creative ways to beat the system.